because I haven't been producing as many videos, I don't. My time has been spent mostly doing real estate. I decided to try to do more lives, and one of the things everyone has enjoyed is the meal planning. So right now, I'm not really doing meal prep. I'm doing meal planning for a weekend that we're taking to Disney this weekend. Spring break is this coming week, so we're going to go Friday. The kids don't have school. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we don't stay on property usually at Disney unless we're meeting someone else there. Oh yeah, so in case you guys haven't seen, this is like the only remaining light fixture in the house that was original when we bought it, and it is on the schedule to be replaced. It's just not hasn't been replaced yet. So I just figured I'd share some of the snacks we like to eat and some of the meals we like to put together when we're staying in a little condo that has a small kitchen. You can't ever assume that there's going to be a lot of easy things to cook with. So we try to keep them simple. We try to have at least a couple of vegetable components. And, don't judge me for my kids are eating canned green beans. I mean, after a day, like hiking 10 miles, I just give them kind of whatever they want, whatever is fun, and whatever they will eat. That's the main thing. Got to fuel them back up. So I just went to the store, and I'll just kind of unpack some stuff. I think first I'll just show you some of the snacks. So like I said, at Disney, there's always options for sweet. I mean, sweet seems to be like everywhere, but it's not necessarily that easy to get salty and crunchy. And when it's hot, everyone wants salty and crunchy. So our kids don't eat potatoes, so we have to try to find non-potato things for them to eat. So we got the Bugles. That's a crowd pleaser. And they didn't do a lot of dairy, but, everybody loves Doritos. So we do let them have some of that nacho cheese. And let's see. I got a whole bunch of other crunchy snacks because not only are we going to be at Disney, but we also have the drive to and from. It's about 2.5 to who knows how long, depending on traffic. But if we don't hit too much traffic, 2.5 or 3 hours. This is a little bit of a sweet, but it's kind of a neutral, healthy with the Rice Crisps. They like the caramel flavor. And this is more for Mama and me. These are, I don't know if you've ever had these, but the buffalo wing like pretzel pieces. They're very spicy and delicious, and I really like to pair them with a smoked almond. That, like, in a handful, you get the crunchy, you get the salty, you get the protein, you get the spice. Pretty fantastic. So let's see. We also have Cheetos, another fake cheese product my kids also love. And then for Emily and I, who are a little bit on the crunchy side, you guys know that, we have the hip peas, because these are delicious. This is a chickpea snack that tastes like, it kind of tastes like the Cheeto Puff, but it has more crunch to it, where that kind of melts in your mouth. And this is in the barbecue flavor. So that's pretty awesome. And then last but not least, Mama's favorite snack, the rye chips. So, I don't know, I didn't say this, but our sweet puppy Ryder had to go to the vet today. Not bad, planned to get her spay done. So we already miss her greatly, and we're kind of sad that she's not here. So we're going to be a little bit soothing our sorrows with some non-dairy Cherry Garcia tonight. Now, if Emily's watching, she just got her surprise spoiled, because when she's feeling just a little down, this is her favorite ice cream. So I get it for her, and I'm like, we're hanging out watching a show, and I'm like, look what I have. And that always gets me a lot of brownie points. I'll put that in the freezer. Let's see. Here's a comment. Have I ever tried the Flaming Hot Cheetos jalapeno snacks? No, I have not. Because when I buy the Cheetos, I usually just get the standard crunchy ones, because the kids, they don't really like spicy. So, all right. And then, so we talked a little bit about breakfast. So one of my favorite breakfasts of all time is just the standard English muffin and sausage sandwich. And then sometimes we'll put a non-dairy cheese on there. And then the wonderful thing also is when we go to Disney, we flex. Sometimes we're there, rope dropping first thing in the morning, 5 o'clock, not really 5 o'clock, but it feels like it. So we get there super early, and a lot of people, most people, including my children, don't want to eat when they first wake up. So you can't just shove. We do try to get them to eat at least a little bit of cereal, but if you make a sausage sandwich, and we don't, no one really likes the egg in it. They just like the sausage, which is fine. Then you can wrap that up in some tinfoil, and you can eat it once you're in the park and you're waiting in line, or you want to take a little break. So very versatile and as a go-to snack. When I was in my single days in Portland, I actually used to. I had a roommate great friend of mine, still to this day, and she was a bartender, so she would be staying up super late. Now I am an early to bed, early to rise person. Have been always, forever. So she'd always get home late from her job bartending, and I would already have been in bed. So when it's time to hit the mountain and go skiing in the morning, I would wake up early, and then I'd make the bagel sandwiches. And at that time, I was still eating egg because it hadn't bothered me that much. And so I'd make egg, sausage, cheese, delicious, this big bagel sandwich. And that'll last you through like a pretty good day of skiing. You might even be able to make it till 2 o'clock on just like a granola bar after that. So, of course, I come back to this coming weekend, and like 12 bagels 12 sandwiches. This may be enough, but it might not be. I now have to reevaluate because there are 4 of us. So let's see, 12. That's only 3. That's only 3 breakfasts. So I think I'm going back to the store. I also need to go back to the store because the kids, one of the meal plan items is for them to have English muffin pizzas. Emily and I are going to order Indian food, and they're going to have English muffin pizzas. That will be on the last night when we just don't feel like cooking, and the kids can have something real simple that they like, and we can have something delicious that someone else has cooked. Okay. So, of course, some salad. We're just going to bring some tomatoes, and then the kids' all-time favorite vegetable, cucumbers, peppers, and we just cut those up and just give them to them. It's a wonderful snack for them to eat while we're prepping the rest of the food. So they'll do that. Of course, got to have your peanut butter and jelly. That's oh no, this is not jelly. This is pizza sauce. So just kidding. There is jelly somewhere, but this is actually for the English muffin pizzas, which now I'm going back to the store to get another round of English muffins. But somewhere in here, there's actually jelly. So peanut butter and jelly is always a standard. Got to have that for your mid-morning snack, your early afternoon pick-me-up. Let's see. What else? Oh, yeah. So a little microwave popcorn never hurt anyone if you're in the room at night, especially this place that we're staying is not on the Disney property. It's off, but you get to have a view of the fireworks if you get the right room. So we always get the right room so we can see the fireworks even though the kids are asleep, and then we can have a glass of wine, have some popcorn, and watch the fireworks. Okay, what time do I get up in a morning, like a regular morning? This morning I was awake at 5, but I made myself stay in bed till 6 because right now I don't really have anywhere to be. It doesn't wake up the children. So if I come out here, Chloe's room is just right over there, and this is the kitchen. So I always wake her up, especially Ryder, wanting to eat. But as soon as the kind of den area of the garage is set up, and my office will be, my kind of home office will be there, I'm going to go out there, have my first cup of water, first cup of coffee, and wake up slow, whatever time I wake up. But usually between 5:30 and 6:30 is kind of when I usually wake up if I go to bed at my preferred time, which is between 9 and 10. And I know some people think that's funny, but I will actually go to bed even earlier if I'm tired. Let's see. What is the preferred jelly and jam in my house? Really, the only one is strawberry. Nobody will eat anything besides strawberry. Oh, yeah. Well, as I'm meal planning, I've obviously forgotten a few things. One thing about me is I'm a little ADHD. Actually, I have been diagnosed, so I don't want to, downplay that. I have to go back to the store also for Italian sausage. So I'm working in reverse order on our meal planning. So the last night we're having English muffin pizzas. The second night, we're actually going to have Italian sausage with pasta. And since, sometimes the adults are not as fan of that, we're going to have like Italian sausage, like Hoagies. And then we're going to have salad. And if I can get my act together, I'm going to make some braised cabbage, which is like this really delicious, like melts in your mouth, kind of cooked in the oven for 3 hours sort of thing. And then I can bring that, we can heat it up so we can have kind of like sausage and cabbage mix of different things. So the kids, they have to wake up at their morning schedule, which I actually have printed out on the fridge. This is the morning routine. So around 7, they're supposed to wake up. And then by the time the clock hits 7:15, they're supposed to be eating breakfast. Although this doesn't really make sense. That should be saying, I think that should say 7:15 is when they're actually eating breakfast, not when it's finished. But then they're supposed to get dressed, do their teeth and hair, and that should all be done by 7:45, so that at 7:50 they can be packing their backpacks with all of their fun stuff. And by 8 we leave. So they wake up at 7, eat at 7:15, get dressed at 7:30, out the door by 8. Doesn't always work, but they're pretty disciplined on that schedule. So that's great. We do not eat vegan, but we generally don't eat dairy, and I don't eat eggs. And now Emily, actually, eggs have been bothering her too, so we just really don't buy them. It's not that we have anything against eggs particularly, it's just they have been bothering her digestion. Let's see. I love peanut butter and jam. Oh, peanut butter and jam is what they call it in the UK. That makes sense. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, I always love to hear what all the folks in England are eating for snacks. All right, let's see. Okay, so got some more, grapes and bananas. Those will be other healthy snacks. Of course, everyone loves the cuties. Gotta love cuties. That'll be there as well. Bananas, always a favorite. I got them nice and green so they won't be overripe by this weekend. And the bell peppers. Now, I've never seen these before. These are like, they're in the middle. They're not the smallest of bell peppers, but they're like medium size. So we'll just try that. You love a tuna melt on whole wheat bread. I like a tuna melt on whole wheat bread too. But actually, we are bringing tuna just to like make into a sandwich for one of the days at Disney. So because when you're at Disney, how we usually do it, we end up walking 8 to 10 miles in a day, which is a good amount for an adult, and it's a very good amount for a kid. So we usually eat breakfast before we leave the room, or at least something, kind of on the way to the park, and then we eat like first lunch at 10, and then like a second lunch at 2. And usually we're starting to wrap up and fade by then, but sometimes we mix it up. Who's going to watch the dog when we're at Disney? Good question. So because she's got the surgery going on today, she's actually going to be in respite care at the vet, which works out. It worked out pretty perfectly that we're able to do that. So they're going to take good care of her. I wore the same t-shirt while working out two days in a row, so it was nice and smelly. And then I gave that to her in her kennel so she can have a little taste of home. Yeah, so Jaden commented about, not teasing about it. We shouldn't be saying things like, oh, I'm just a little ADHD. It's true. Like, it is a medical diagnosis, which I do have. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just something you have to handle. But it is some of these vernacular sayings that we have, you don't really realize how they might negatively impact someone until someone reminds you or you remind yourself. And we're never too old to change. All right, let's see. Anything else good in the bag? Oh, yeah. Well, of course, so Jimmy Dean, a little bit of Jimmy Dean sausage for the breakfast sandwiches. And also the backup. So the kids love baked beans. So, just in case one of the meals that we plan goes south for them and they're feeling kind of cranky, can bust these out and they will definitely eat them. I mean, no doubt they love them because they're very sweet, but they also have protein in it and so on and so forth. So, all right. I think that's everything. Any questions? Anyone do anything really fun today? Hello from Kansas. Yes. Hi. Okay. Well. Oh yeah, and then I didn't even say what the other meal was going to be. So we're going to have we're going to get there on Friday, and we're actually going to do dinner at Tony's, which is so fun. That's like the diner from Lady and the Tramp. So it's Italian style. It's so fun. The kids usually always get the spaghetti and meatballs. And last time I was there, I got a steak, which was fantastic. I don't know what I'll get this time. But then we'll do the fireworks. So it's kind of like we mix it up every once in a while. So Friday night, we're going to stay up late and do the fireworks. And then on Saturday, we're going to go to Epcot. And we do not have any meals planned. So when we come home, we're going to be like ready for something a little rich and heavy. So we're going to have fried chicken. So I'm going to pick some up and we'll put it in the cooler on ice. And then we'll heat it up on Saturday. So fried chicken and I don't know, maybe we'll eat the baked beans with the fried chicken. I don't know. Maybe make some cornbread if I'm feeling really, yeah. Oh, someone said I'm more hyperactive than usual. Yeah, well, that's true. But also potentially because usually I cut, you only see snippets of me. Yeah, you don't usually see 16 minutes of me talking in a row. That might be one reason why. So if you ask Emily, this is actually pretty much on par for how I am when I'm not being distracted by a project. We're going to Disney for 4 days, so we're going to do 1 day at each of the parks. Kind of a half day at Magic Kingdom. All right. Let's see. You make your own yogurt with real banana and strawberry. I like that too. There are some vegan yogurts that we have tried, and then also sometimes we just go for the Greek yogurt because, the way that the yogurt process happens, it seems to not bother our digestion. So I do like Greek yogurt a lot, particularly plain with real fruit. So great. Okay, everyone. Like I said, I'm going to try to pop on more frequently for lives, especially I think the view when I'm on my computer is a little bit better. And have a great rest of your week. And who knows,